Praise Yahuah, brothers and sisters. Praise the Most High. We are so encouraged to know that the one we serve is the Almighty One, that He is power, and any power that a mighty one may have, He got it from the Most High, the Almighty One, to help bring about the things that have to happen so that we can live in victory and uplifting of the Most High. We who live for Him and serve Him and love Him are an extension of who He is. And for every victory we have, we bring more victory to the kingdom. So we are recipients of His power and His might to be able to live in this evil, wicked, dark place, shining lights of truth and righteousness and justice and love and eternity. So think about that. If we're true followers of the Most High, if we're true dear children of light, we actually have His eternity abiding in us. If we believe the scriptures, the different verses that tell us that the soul remains forever, it's a living being, and there's no death to that in the end, there's going to be a parting of ways of those that we know if they did not choose to live for the Most High. And so today, we are now in, a good portion of the last days. Of course, I don't know what part, but it is speeding up. It is speeding up. And though it can be perplexing, we can look at the fact that we have been chosen for this time. So since we have been chosen, that means He will also equip us to be successful in the mission and our assignments, and that we will walk in the victory that is ours through Him. So today I don't think I'm going to be before you long, but this morning I was, listening to some of the reporting of what's going on, and my love and concern for my brethren, I just wanted to encourage you some more that we are on the winning side. And there's many of us who are hearing reports that our employment statuses may be at stake. And that in itself will, on paper and in their eyes, seem to mean we won't have housing, we won't have food, our health care will be gone, and whatever else in this world system, right? But we will remember that we're in the world and not of the world. And because we serve the Almighty One, the creator of all that is good, we know that we're protected. He has never not, Sirach said, has there ever been a time when anyone served and revered Yahuah that He let them down? I am paraphrasing it, but it's in Sirach too. Has there ever been a time? Never. Things may not have worked out the way the person thought it was going to work out, or in the timely fashion that they wanted it to work out, because we're human and we don't like discomfort. We don't like distress. But He has never failed. Never, ever failed. And so because of the time frame that we have lived and in the country that we have lived in, this country of comfort and ease, we need to really, we should have been already doing it, but we really need to buckle down or buckle up, get it together, and start denying this flesh some. Try to go 1 or 2 days a week without eating so that we don't fall out if that day comes when we really, even if we wanted to eat, there wouldn't be anything there to eat. So we need to start doing those kind of things. He says that in our patience we possess our being. Then it's written, let patience have a perfect work. You know, so many different times we've seen about patience. Yahushua said in his own 3 verse 10 or 2 verse 10, because one of them says that the adversary is going to throw some of us into prison for 10 days. And then the other one says that because we've kept the patience of his word, how he was going to keep us. So they both were, dealing with this time. So I always say I'm going to remember for sure which one it is. And then when I quote it, I don't remember. So, but the thing is this. If we have known that our livelihood, whatever employment we had, wasn't because of man, that it was because Yahuah provided it for us, then we still trust him. They can't give it or they can't take away from what Yah does for us. So we just have to get that mindset. And we ought to be getting stirred up and getting more cemented in our steadfastness with Yahuah every time we hear of another ridiculous move that they're making. And know that that means that we're getting closer to our redemption. We're getting closer to showing Yahuah what we really have, how much we really love him and trust him. This time that we're going through is for that very purpose. And his own says that too. Yahushua said that time is coming upon the face of the earth in his own to try every being that's here on earth. So this is our time to shine. This is our time to show him, even show ourselves, that we really are true remnant members. We really do take him at his word. So today I just want to read a few verses from Devarim 7. And even though, yes, it's regarding to our ancestors who went through what they went through, is it not true today? Because he's the same one yesterday, today, and forever. He doesn't lie, right? And we have to remember that he's not a man that he should lie, nor the son of man that he should repent. He's not going to take back what he said. He said it, he means it. So he's not like us. We speak and then we say, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Or why did I say that? That's not him. He already knows when he speaks it, he means it. He's not going back taking his words back. If he said it, he's going to do it. If he spoke it, he's going to make it good. He's going to bring it to pass. So that's what we stand on. And we have to also remember that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard what he has prepared for us. And we look at that rather than what we're going through. And oh, yes, it's so easy for me to sit here and talk about this right now when I have not experienced torture or hunger or seeing people being done wrong, tortured or whatever. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen war. So yeah, it's easy to say that, but I'm saying it with as much strength as I have to trust him to be who he says he is. So we're no different than the people who went through the Spanish Inquisition or the early believers when they were persecuted throughout the generations. There's always been somebody, and there's even people right now, and have been in other lands, who, if they're not believing in the traditional religion of that country, they've been annihilated. So it's always been. And if we love him, we've got to expect to suffer persecution. He said that. He said, the servant's not greater than the master. Anyways, Yahuah has every right to try us before he allows us into his reign for eternity. So, brothers and sisters, he's going to strengthen us. And hopefully we'll be with people who we can help strengthen each other. And even if we're not, we can always know that somewhere there are others who are holding on, just like you're holding on. He told Elijah, I can't get his name right now because I'm not looking at it. If I was looking at it, I'd be able to pronounce it. But anyways, you know who I'm talking about. That great prophet, that great Nabi. When he thought he was the last one because Jezebel and Ahab had killed, mainly Jezebel had been killing up the Nabis of Yahuah. And Yahuah told him, I got 7,000 others who have not bowed their knees to foreign mighty ones. So brothers and sisters, we are going to be encouraged. And like I said, it's good if we can get with people who think the same way, holding on so we can encourage each other. And when we encourage each other, let it be with love so we can know that we're encouraging each other and not being haughty or whatever people do. Because that's not the Ruah of the Great One. That's not how he is. So Tahallym 7, beginning with verse 6. For you are a set-apart people to Yahuah your Aluah. Yahuah your Aluah has chosen you to be a special people for himself. And that's going to be his remnant people now. A people above all people that are upon the face of the Arets. Upon the face of the earth. That's us. We're special people. Know therefore, verse 9, that Yahuah your Aluah, he is Aluah, the faithful Aluah, who keeps covenant and loving commitment with those that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. So forever and ever and ever, he's going to be with those who love him and are faithful. Just as he is faithful to us, we're faithful to him. And he repays them that hate him to their face to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hates him, and he will repay them to his face. We will therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments that he commands us this day to do them. Wherefore it shall come to pass, if you hearken, I like to think, submit, if we submit to these judgments and keep and do them, that Yahuah your Aluah shall keep the covenant and the kindness he promised to your fathers. And he will love you and prosper you and multiply you. You shall be a prosperous people above all people. And Yahuah will take away from you all sickness and will put none of the evil diseases of Egypt, Misraim, the world, that you know upon you, but will lay them upon all them that hate you. So let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. The enemy always tries us, right? That's what he does. So if he starts trying us because there's this flu and there's this virus and that sickness going about, and we start feeling like we're getting some of the symptoms, resist the lie. Talk to your body. Tell it, Yahuah, your creator, who knows you, body, has designed you and created you to heal yourself. And we trust in Yahuah, and he has said that he'll not put any of these evil diseases on us. And you, body, line up with the word of Aluah and know that it's true. And keep saying until it's gone. I resist you, you evil disease. There's no disease symptoms or ailments in my body, for I am a Yehudan. And Yahuah has stripped it from conquering me. For it is a weapon that is formed against me that cannot prosper. We got to have that fight in us. That's why I say sometimes we have to have that warrior mentality against that comes against us. To steal. Remember, the enemy comes but to steal, kill, and destroy. So he wants to steal our belief in the Most High. He wants to steal the very thought of even trusting. So he tries to put these evil thoughts in us, hoping we'll speak them. Because once we speak them, there's power in our words. Once we speak the evil thoughts, we open the door for it to come in. So take no thought saying anything that's evil. When those thoughts come, we know when they don't align with Yah. And let me tell you something else. If you end up getting tricked and snared and you speak something, you have the authority to take it back out the atmosphere and speak judgment against it. That's part of Yahuah Who 54 verse 17. And we can condemn every word that goes up in judgment against us. It's part of our heritage. Read it. Believe it. Trust in it. Stand on it. Because he's going to try to put these things on us. But Yah said he's going to put them on them that hate us. You know, and the people that we've grown to know through our lives, they may be blood related or friends we've had all the time. Listen, when evil starts coming to them, we are not to have pity upon them. Because that means that they're not with us. It may seem harsh, but whose side are you on? Whose side are we on? Yah makes a distinction between us and those of the world. He did it with Goshen and Mizraim. And he'll do it again for those who hope in him. He goes on to say in verse 17, if you will say in your heart, these nations are more than I, how can I possess them? You will not be afraid of them. First of all, we're going to practice not saying those kind of things. Remember the report in Numbers 14. And I think again in 21. When the spies came back and they reported that evil report, that even in our own eyes were like grasshoppers to them. And because they were leaders, for a leader from all 12 tribes was chosen to go spy out the land, the promised land, right? And to bring back a report. And they brought back an evil report. And the people trusted them. They were their leaders. And they believed them and did not believe the two that brought forth the report of truth, the report of victory. They didn't believe them. And so because of that, Yahuah said, you will not go into the promised land. You are banned. So no matter what happens around us, we're not going to say, oh, what's going to happen? People losing their jobs. People are doing this. Oh, goodness, there's no food in the grocery stores no more. Oh, because all they're doing is doing all this so then they can come back Savior and have some type of program that you can sign up for. And then you can get this. You don't have to have a job just to be able to eat and to pay your house payment or your rent. We got a program for you. You do not be deceived. So we're not going to speak evil. So verse 17 again. If you will say in your heart, these nations are more than I, how can I dispossess them? First of all, it's not us dispossessing them. Yahuah fights for us. But he's being kind here. This is Musa talking to them. You will not be afraid of them, but shall well remember. That's what we need to do. Well, remember what Yahuah has done for us already. Yes, some of the things have not been the measure of what we're going to be facing, but some of them have been. Some of us have stories of how we could have died, and Yahuah stepped in. We could have lost our home back then for something or another, but he stepped in. We have our stories. Hazon 12 says they're going to overcome him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony, the word of our witnesses. And there is an audio on the We Win platform that talks about us remembering through our witnesses of what he's already done for us. I will try to get that and put it in the description so you can listen to it. But anyways, back to the reading. He says, so you will well remember what Yahuah, your Aluah, did unto Pharaoh and unto all of Egypt, Mizraim. But he didn't put here like, hey, remember how it didn't touch you. But anyways, verse 19, the great temptations that you saw and the signs and the wonders and the mighty hand and the stretched out arm whereby Yahuah your Aluah brought you out. So shall Yahuah your Aluah do to all the people of whom you are afraid. Be not afraid when it looks like they're prospering. Ha ha. Oh no. Mm-mm. We know what they don't know. For we know who we serve. And he's alert, and he's attentive. He knows our voice, and his eye is on us. Remember, Tahallym 34 talks about that messenger that comes about those who fear Yahuah. Yahuah is for us. Yes, Yahuah is the mighty one. You will not be terrified of them, for Yahuah your Aluah is among you, a mighty Aluah, and terrible. Means strong, just powerful, and there's none like him. The graven images of their mighty ones shall you burn with fire. You shall not desire the silver or gold that is on them, nor take it for yourselves, lest you be snared in it. So let's say they're eating and we're not eating yet. Don't just say, I'm just going to take a little piece. You're going to be snared, because just as we do that, that is a testament against our not trusting him and us stepping over to the other side. If we have to die in hunger, guess what? We endured to the end. We got medicine here. There's no sense for you suffering. I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine. I am well. All is well. Don't take it. You say, well, y'all will understand. I was so near the end. You better endure to the end. Dying in that. That's how we got to see it. Let me say, that's how I see it. Because he said if you take of it, it'll be a snare to you. And it's an abomination to Yahuah your Aluah. Neither will you bring an abomination into your house. See? Lest you be a cursed thing like it. But you will utterly detest it. And you shall utterly abhor it. For it is a cursed thing. Yahuah Who says in chapter 17, cursed is the man who trusts in man. We need to be leaning on the everlasting arm of the Most High. So we're not going to fear evildoers, for Tahallym 37 tells us all about them. They shall soon be cut down. We're going to wait on Yahuah to fulfill his promises. Because, when we're waiting, Daniel was waiting on an answer, and Michael told him there was great warfare trying to keep that answer from coming to Daniel. Well, same thing can happen to us. It could be so much happening, and Yahuah knows why and when to move for us. It's all about us trusting him. We're being tried. Are we really worthy of eternity with him if we can't trust him? Remember, we just had an audio about the 3 words, Shata'ah, Pisha, and Aban. What are those things doing? What are we actually doing? What is our act really measuring up to when we don't trust him? We have to remember that all he's ever done, he can do it again. Remember, Tahallym 33, I believe, says, in the time of scarcity, we're going to be fed. And also, too, Tahallym 37, towards the 40th verse, I think, something like that, he says almost the same thing. And that we don't have to fear in the time of evil. Remember that he is our shield. He is our protector. He's our refuge. He's our healer. The earth is his and the fullness thereof. And sometimes a winning that we have is not even what we think it should be. Now, just like in the background, this camera has been trying to load, right? One of my security cameras. And for 2 days. And all of a sudden just now it's going to say, my camera's ready. Okay, well. All is well. All is well. So we're going to remember that he's working in us both to will and to do of his good pleasure. We're going to remember that through him we can do all things, and at the same time that without him we can do nothing. And that is in him that we live, move, and have our being. And that he never leaves nor abandons us. And that he is our Rohe, our shepherd, and we shall not want nor lack for anything. And he assigns messengers to be with us. He told us that in Tahallym 23, that goodness and kindness and favor and prosperity and all those things that are good pursue us and follow us and hunt us down every day of our lives. And then he said in Tahallym 91 that he's given his messengers charge over us to keep us in all our ways. And I just quoted Tahallym 34, that he has assigned them to compass us about. We have nothing to fear. For fear is a spirit. And he has not given us the spirit of fear, the ruah of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And we will be courageous, which means, and that may mean that even if we start fearing, that means that spirit's around. We can resist that spirit, that ruah, that roho. We resist it. And we still stand in courage. Because we're encouraged doesn't mean that there's an absence of fear. We just resist it. We resist it. Many people have done things they've had to do in spite of fear. And we master fear. And we just do it. I believe courage actually helps us to master it. I believe courage, just having the courage to do what we got to do, is what equips us and empowers us to resist fear and to master it. Brothers and sisters, we are so victorious in him. In him. And all we have to do is just be faithful. Love him. Our loving him causes us to want to keep his commandments. Our loving him is what motivates us to want to do the things that please him. Yahuah 7 told those people who thought they were going to get in, I never knew you because you did not do the will of the Father. It doesn't matter what all you were doing. Even in my name, you didn't do the will of the Father. That's the one thing we got to be doing, is doing his will. What is his will? To keep his commandments. And to love him with every ounce, every thread of our being, to love him. And that love means putting nothing before him. That means hunger. That means any type of comfort. That means ourselves, our loved ones. He's it. He's our all in all. And why shouldn't he be? So as we work together towards this perfection, meaning of that level of maturity in him, let's take every opportunity right now. If we can do without eating a day, and at the end of the day, feel the victory, speak the victory, shout the victory. I did it. I almost took a piece of that and I said, I will not do it for Yah. I will not do it for the strength of my body, the strength of my... Remember, Yahushua told Peter, the spirit, the ruah was willing, but the flesh was weak. Come on. Or the flesh was willing, but... Yeah, that's what it was. So we got to get our flesh to line up with the will of Yah. That's what we got to do. Kill it. Romans 8 talks about the flesh. Our flesh is too alive. Because we've lived in a country where we've had so much comfort. So much comfort. It has become a mighty one. Didn't even know it. A mighty one. And didn't even know it. Comfort. We've been serving comfort. All right, brothers and sisters, with all that, I ain't mad at you. I'm mad at the evil one, and I'm wanting us to be fortified with the strength of the Most High. Get that warrior mentality. Smack that thing around. You know how fleas, not fleas, I have never seen a flea, flies and mosquitoes and gnats be flying around and we be fanning it away, fanning it away. Do that with every evil thought that comes to mind. Every evil thought, resist it in the name of Yahuah. I am victorious in Yahuah. I win in Yah. I told you about that song. He says, he told Satan, I've been through a lot. He said, but I still told Satan, you're not gonna win. How can I lose? Because I'm with Yahuah. I'm with the Almighty. So how can we lose? We're with the Almighty. Get strong in Yah. Things are going to be coming day in, day out from here on out. Resist it with the word, the sword of the Spirit, the Ruah, the sword of the Ruah. It's the word. It's the word. And our shield is our belief in the Most High. There you go. Know who we are. That put that helmet on, knowing who we are in Yah. So when the thoughts come from the evil opponents, let those darts and those arrows hit the helmet, because we know who we are. Can't penetrate here. Can't penetrate here. I ain't receiving it. That's how we got to get. I love you, brothers and sisters, and I desire that we be a part of that strong army mentioned in the book of Joel. Whew, that we be among those that know our Yahuah, so we can be strong and do exploits Daniel told us about. Well, we're going to have to be if we plan on being the remnant. If we plan on being numbered with the remnant, we got to be that. There's no way we cannot. And what a sad day if any of us decide to throw up our hands and give up. I know it's not going to be easy. I know it's not going to be easy. I have no idea what all is coming. But I do know if our mindset is victorious and trusting in Yah, we overcome by the blood of the Lamb, the covenant of Yahuah, the covenant of Yahuah, and the words that we speak. We win in Yah, brothers and sisters, and y'all be encouraged. Stay encouraged. Stay encouraged and encouraged, the state of courage. And allow him to fulfill his plan in us. He has chosen us for this time, and we will be all that he has designed and created us to be. He has waited many thousands of years, even though it says one day for him, for this day to come and to prove. He doesn't have to prove it, but to prove it to the little ones, the little mighty ones who thought they could conquer all of mankind. You knew I was great in the first place, but you just had to play at it. Like these people right now, they're just playing with stuff. Bringing destruction, turmoil, distress, fear, anxiety, demise. Oh my, with all their tactics, they're little agents of the evil one. And we sit back and we look and we rejoice in Yah. Because only with our eyes will we behold and see the rewards of the wicked. So though things are going, remember, we're in Goshen. We're in the secret place of the Most High. So all these things are happening and they don't come near our dwelling. I got to go because y'all got to go. I know you got things to do. I hope that you do feel encouraged and you feel ready to fight, because remember, we don't fight alone. We don't fight alone. He said in Exodus and Shemot, when they left, he told Moses, I fight for you. Use your rod. What is the rod? His word, his power. We are not doing this by ourselves. Oh, if I knew that y'all were being touched, it would be such, oh my. I would know what I was supposed to do today has been fruitful and will prosper. Remember, there's only a remnant. Right now, there's a remnant of those who are striving to serve him. And from that remnant, there's going to be a remnant. May we be that final remnant. Remember the distinction that was being made in the 32,000 with Gideon. From 32,000 to 300. It's going to take a special force of people. A special people to make up that special force. That special army force. You know, even in we have special forces, right? Each branch of service has a special force that goes in to the meat of the war. And they're trained and they're trained and they're trained to be able to get in there and get out. Could that not be us? Let's start right now practicing, exercising. Exercise is a better word than practicing, but we're going to be practicing because exercise, you still got to practice. So exercising anywhere we can. I even thought about starting to tell things that I use, whether it's in my kitchen or wherever. You will never run out. We got stories that show that happened. You will never run out. You know, why not? Why not start doing it now? Because the day's going to come, we're going to have to believe it. So why not have some experience, right? We are victorious because we win in Yah. We're on the winning side. So let's get that winning mentality and that warrior mentality. It's not coming easy. It's not coming easy. I'll talk to you soon. We win in Yah. He is with us. And in this reading, he tells us what he's going to do to those who hate him and how he's going to prosper those who love him. And let's raise our hand. That would be us. Praise Yah. All praises to the Most High. And we're spelling out every word. Y'all need to throw away that acronym. That is so lazy. In my mind, that is so lazy. We cannot even give him a few extra strokes to write out the whole word. But we want him to do over and beyond for us. That's that's how I see it. He's worthy of a few extra strikes of the keyboard to write praise to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. Okay, I'm meddling now. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Be encouraged. Stay encouraged. And feel the wind underneath your wings. It's him. It's him carrying us. It's him with us. He's carrying us. He'll lead and guide. He'll not abandon us. He'll not leave us alone. He'll not leave us without support. He'll be with us. He will not fail us. We win in Yah.